Don Mazzella here again for Small Business Digest. We have with us today Nick Chandi, and we're going to talk about a subject that's dear to all our hearts: how we can get money owed to us back to us quicker. And I, for one, am looking forward to that. So, Nick, as we always say, welcome to the program. Look forward to it. Okay.
Th- Thank you, Don. Thank you for having me here.
Well, Nick, first tell us a little bit about your personal background, and then a little bit about your company, and finally a website where people can learn more.
Sure. Yes, Don, I have been working in the industry primarily with the accountants, bookkeepers, and small businesses for over 20 years. And I built one of the largest IT consulting company in Canada that was providing services to accountants, bookkeepers, and their small business clients, doing software development, custom integration, handling their security, and a general IT. We sold that company in 2019, and during that time I also built an online accounting system, and we had more than 40,000 small businesses using it one time, and we sold that one. And now after selling that one, we were looking for our next adventure. And during pandemic, we saw, it was very hard for businesses to get any kind of financing from their business, from the banks. We saw there was a PPP program in place, but the banks were not lending to the businesses who needed more than what PPP program was able to offer. And we identified the problem was because banks didn't have the real-time access to the data that these small businesses had in their accounting systems. Accounting system is kind of operating system of any business where your customers live, where your suppliers are, and your payments are. So we re-engineered what we knew before while working with the accounting systems and accountants, and we built a direct connections to multiple accounting systems. And we sold that technology to the fintechs and lenders, and they are using it in multiple countries at this time. So we also saw that there's a huge problem in the industry that uh, if we look at the industry, in the payment companies, we still have a lot of adoption of the legacy payment options like checks or ACH or even credit cards. There was no solution that could deliver them the payment in the bank account in the real time. And we saw everywhere around us in the world, like UK, India, or Brazil, you can look there, and businesses are getting paid instantly. So we took our technology and we launched Forwardly. It's a very simple and easy platform to use. You make a connection to your accounting systems, and we fetch all your customers, your suppliers, your due date, and with a one click, you can request a payment from your client and share which bank account you would like to go the money in. And as soon as your client makes the payment, we push the money back into your bank account instantly within less than 30 seconds.
And what do you call this system?
Our system is Forwardly. It's based on our website is forwardly.com, and it's based on the new payment solution that are available in the US market. Currently, there are two payment systems, like we call them RTP or FedNow, but collectively industry is calling them instant payments. FedNow was launched just last year, and it's a new platform that came to US market after 50 years. When ACH was launched in 70s, the first time we had a new payment system in the US market. And Don, the way this technology works, it's available to the banks. So if you look at the FedNow, it's a bank-to-bank payment that happens. There's no front end, and Fed has left to the companies like companies like ours to develop new technology based on that, new solutions that can solve business problems. So we have a partner bank, and we connect with them, and we support all the banks in the U.S. market. And just be aware of that. This payment solution is only available in the U.S. domestic market. We handle only U.S. domestic businesses. You could be a sole proprietor or a corporation or a nonprofit, any business. Yeah, we can do the payment for you.
Well, it's great for the person making for the person asking for the money, but why should I, as the client, pay you instantaneously when if I just put it in the mail, I've got it for 3 or 4 extra days? What's the advantage? We will get to the small business, but what's the advantage to the client?
Yeah, if you look at the two sides of the coin, anytime you have AR, and just because you have someone who needs to pay you, basically, right? And many times challenges is there's a mismatch between accounts receivable or accounts payable, the bill that you need to pay to your suppliers, right? And there are some benefits to the businesses who want to pay it. First of all, I want to make it clear that uh, this technology is available from banks. If you are using a bank to push the money out, just like a Zelle to pay your supplier, it's a similar kind of technology, bank to bank. Money will move out of your bank account immediately. But in our case, the way it works is we pull the money from your bank account, and sometimes it happens very quickly. Sometimes it takes some time as well, and there's a gap on that side. But it all comes to your management, supplier management. In a world today when everyone wants to build better relationship with their clients, with the suppliers, and it's a great solution to have. And other time, many times, some suppliers, they ask you to pay 3% credit card fee. That could be applicable on the invoices. And because this is a bank-to-bank payment. On our platform, it's a free service. Anytime you need to make a bill payment, it's a free service that you can pay, that you can use to pay your suppliers and vendors. And it comes to, at the end of the day, keeping better relationship with your suppliers and with your other stakeholders in the ecosystem.
Well, I'm going to push back a little bit on it. I understand that this is very good for the person who's owed the money. I still don't understand why I can't say to my to the man who supply that I owe the money to, that I'm not going to pay you today. I'm going to pay you on January 2020, February 20th, which is what I do with my American Express and Bonvoy. I always pay it on the 24th, because that's 3 days before the end of the period, and I don't get charged. But if if American Express had its way, it would take the money out of my account on January 24th for next month. Because
Well, you can control it, Don. Think about this one. Let's say due date is on 30th, right? And what typically happens is you're gonna send the money by 27th, just like you shared now, right? But if you are using this kind of instant payment solution, you can keep the money in your bank account till the last day, till 30th, till the last hour, maybe till the last minute. And then you can push the button to send the payment out. You can hold the money till the last minute, last hour. There's an opportunity for you. Uh, Let me share one example. If you look at one of the largest payment company in the US market is ADP. You might have heard about them. So they made uh, almost over $500 million last year just from the interest income. You know why? Because because anytime you do a payroll, you need to send the money 2 or 3 days early to you to the ADP. So money sits in the interest account of the ADP, earning interest for them, not for you, but for them,
You're right.
right? For ADP. So this way, the new technology, it's reallocating value back to businesses. Even on the consumer space, we look around, if you go to Chase Bank or Bank of America, how much interest are they offering you today on the saving account? Close to zero, right? Okay.
Right.
But there are a lot of treasury account, a lot of neobanks that offer you 5%, 5.5% interest rate. But but trillions of dollars of money is still sitting with these major banks. Uh, the reason is because I know if I need access to that money on the weekend at 10 a.m., I won't be able to have money in my bank account where I can spend it from. My card, I cannot swipe that card. So there are challenges, and I think the new technology is going to reallocate the value back to those consumers, those small businesses. And for sure, everyone wants to get paid faster. And there was a survey from Visa, uh, close to 82% of businesses, they wanted to be paid faster. Yeah, that's true. But on the sending side, there is a benefit to better manage your payables. Not only, timing is important. There's one important feature in this one. These instant payment is called ISO 20 or 22 standard. If you look at your bank statement, anytime you are paying a supplier or you're receiving a money, you received a very short description in your bank statement, and it's encrypted, and sometimes reconciling that one is very difficult for businesses, what the transaction is for or who is the vendor who charged us this amount. But with this ISO 20 or 22, it's you'll be able to send the whole data of your invoice to the payment companies. Today, it's difficult to put an invoice number or bill number on any bank statement because there are, I guess, there's only 94 characters that ACH can take. But this Fed now, the pipe is much bigger. We can add order number, invoice number, line item, discount, taxes, all that kind of information on the bank statements too. So it's just a matter of time when you start seeing the bank statement where you will have the invoice number and everything visible to you. It's gonna give you better clarity, better reconciliation, and obviously a lot of automation can be done when this kind of rich data is going to show up on your bank statements. So those kind of use cases of this new technology are also emerging, and they are going to help businesses as well, both on the payable side and receivable side.
Oh, I'm not arguing. I think you got a great product. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on the show. But before we go any further, your website, people who want to learn more, and we spell it out for our radio audience.
Yeah, sure. It's a forwardly.com, FORWARDLY, forwardly.com. Yeah, search there, and yeah, you should be able to find us easily.
How'd you come up with the name?
Because our parent company name is Forward AI, and one of the small component is in our technology is cash flow forecasting, where we use some AI functions to calculate or predict the cash flow of your business, how much money you will have in your bank account. That was our early product of Forward AI. And when we launched this one, we wanted to keep it very similar, and we wanted to make it something that resonate with businesses. And because our core focus is all about instant payments, that's something we should be looking forward to. And because if you look around, no business wants to spend money changing their receivables, and if I was visiting South Africa a few months ago, and I was told by a business that no one use a check there. Okay, and every business is getting paid instantly. So it's a very different. So we thought when we were thinking about the name for this product, and it's a very forward-looking product, and I think it matches with our vision to improve the cash flow of businesses in a much forward-looking way.
Well, let me ask you another question. It would seem to me that you're going into a whole mountain of detail. Is it going to be easier to track your expenses that way? And is it also going to be easier for the tax man to better understand your business?
Uh, do you mean specifically our platform, or you're talking about the instant payment technology?
Of the instant payment, if you're going to be able to add information about each transaction,
Mhm.
you're eventually going to have a very long trail uh, for a year.
Yes. So let me share with what where the early use cases we have seen. You must have heard of Zelle and a bank-to-bank payment that happens that's available on many banking platforms. And anytime you send the money to your peer through Zelle, some of those payments they are moving instantly. It's not all of them, some of them. And the reason is there are around 10,000 banks and credit unions in the US market today, but only around 800, 900, they support instant payments. And the number is changing every month. They are growing really fast. And we expect the number to double or triple by end of next year. And coming back to those one, so do the institutions, they who are supporting Zelle, around 2,000 of them, they support Zelle. They use this FedNow or RTP to move the money. Then there is other use cases we have seen, like Coinbase, the crypto company. Anytime you sell your crypto or Bitcoin and you want to push the money back to your bank account, and you can quickly push the money out there. We have seen some use cases in the gaming industry. So in the lending, your loan is approved. For working capital, you were approved for 80K. That 80K can end up in your bank account instantly instead of waiting for 3 days or 6 days after the funding approved. So those are the kind of use cases we have seen on other side. I know of one company who is working on for the restaurant workers. And anytime you clock out after your shift, and they push the money to your bank account, on daily basis. So daily wage workers who needs access to cash on daily basis. Those are the kind of use cases are coming up. On the business side, we have seen the primary use case we have seen on the bill payment side. So like forwardly, we have a kind of new generation of AR AP platform. So those are the kind of early use cases we have seen.
Hmm. But I guess well, small businesses, a lot of it is cash. Um,
Mhm,
you're eliminating a lot of the cash with
mhm,
your system, which I believe is uh, good for a lot of people. But you're also building up a big store of information that
mhm,
the IRS could in effect go into to determine did you really pay the taxes that you should have paid, or did right
mhm,
now it was cash that you got.
mhm,
Now you're getting that payments. That's what
mhm.
I meant by is there a danger in that happening?
We When we talk to the stakeholders in the instant payments, I don't think they are here to replace cash. That's not the primary use case we are seeing. I think cash is going to stay here for a while. Those kind of transactions would be in the retail sector. This technology, at least the early use cases, we haven't seen early use cases for like that one. We have seen use cases on the pay by bank on the e-commerce website. And I know companies, some companies in UK and European markets, they have built point of sale terminal that use the similar kind of technology. Because we are in the early journey right now, FedNow was launched just last year. It's not been even a year yet. They were launched in July, late July. So only 7-8 months now. And I think those kind of use cases where you will have a point of sale terminal and you will tap your debit card or and the money will move instantly from your bank account to merchant account. They will emerge, but they are at least a few years away from happening today in the US market. We see that in the European market. And what we have found is anything that happens in Europe, especially on the fintech side, it comes to the US market in 5 to 10 years. That's what we have seen in the last few decades.
Okay, thanks. Now, I'm going to ask one quick question. I've talked to a lot of you serial entrepreneurs. You've been successful. I can understand if your last thing wasn't successful, but I assume you have enough money to retire. Why did you retire at the end of your last successful venture?
Well, right now, what I am doing it because I love doing it. Right?
Mm.
I'm on my stage of life where it's not about anything else. It's about having a dream where small businesses can be helped with instant payment solutions. And the primary reason is, Don, I have seen a lot of businesses, including one of my early business when I was in the school, at college, at that time failed because of cash flow problems. Yeah? And cash flow problems comes from many reasons. And one of the reason is, the delay and the lack of automation to collect payments. So just like many business owners are like me who are more like a dreamer. They don't want any other business to go through those kind of problems. And we built a solution so that we can help not only 5, 10, 100 or 1,000, but millions of businesses that struggle in the cash flow problems. That's where the vision is, and that will keep me going for this business too.
Well, I know Nick Chandi, we say thank you for what I thought was a very, very interesting time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Don. Thank you for having me here.